Hi, my name is Bridget. I'm a librarian here at CNM, and I'm going to give you a tour of several databases. We're going to talk about Academic Search Complete. We are going to talk about Nexus Uni, Newsbank, and Films on Demand. A lot of people like to use this one search box, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I find that sometimes students have a better research experience when they click on the databases icon. So that's where I teach from. It gives you more control and you can see how the databases work. So on the CNM Libraries e-resources page, you see that we have 102 databases. Academic Search Complete is the second one down, so you don't have to mess around with any of these boxes up here. I will show you select database type later, but just to start out, I'm going to go ahead and go to Academic Search Complete. When I get into use databases, if you want to add more databases, if you select all up here, you're going to get all of these databases, and it just gives you more information. But you don't lose the control because it's all in the same format. It's all the same vendor, meaning it's the same publisher. So they format everything the same, which makes it more findable. If you've done any research on COVID-19, you'll notice that COVID-19 as a key term gives you different results than coronavirus. That's why you'll see in the auto suggestions here that they say or coronavirus. So people, when they use or, they're trying to pick up on more than one keyword option. But having done this search ahead of time so that I don't waste any of your time, I went ahead and already figured out COVID-19 gives you a lot more than coronavirus. So whatever your topic is, make sure you have a list of things. And just like or gives you more, and will give you fewer hits. And it's suggesting mental health because that's what I did as a kind of exercise to make sure that I would pick up things that would be helpful to you. So there's still 4,660 results. I'm going to go with COVID-19 for about a year and a half. But remember that that's one option to narrow things down, and is of course an option to narrow things down. So I'm going to put another and in there. And coping strategies. Let's see that 4,655 go down to 58. So that's great. That's a good amount. And it really hits on my topic. I'm interested in helping people. So I'm looking at my 58 hits. And here I have the title, and I have a PDF option. And the subject right here, that's the keywords. Those are the keywords. I'm going to go ahead and click on that PDF, which of course is a portable document format, so it's nice. We have abstract, introduction. We have a lot of numbers, and we have this references page, so you guys know right away this is going to be an academic paper because they've done all this research, and they've read all 41 of these articles very closely before they decided to publish this or put it even forward for publishing. And it looks like they give a lot of good suggestions. This is I might email to myself, so I'm going to click on this envelope here. Here goes my email, eoleary@cnm.edu. And I can already have it put in MLA format. It doesn't mean it's going to come in correctly, but it'll give me something. So I'm going to click send, and it's telling me it has been sent. So that's excellent. A little overwhelming. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to types and go down to news, because I got a couple of my academic articles from Academic Search Complete. Now I just want some news articles. So I'm going to click on newspapers. I can go to the Albuquerque Journal. I can go to the New York Times, which I can tell you has a really nice graphic interface for whatever topic you have. And what you do is you create an account to get access to that. But it's really nice you guys have access to the New York Times online. You also have access to the Wall Street Journal. So it is interesting to compare, how does the Wall Street Journal talk about COVID-19 and stress? What are their conclusions compared to the New York Times, compared to Newsbank, which is going to be where your local newspapers reside. So you can see we get the Albuquerque Journal in here. We got Las Cruces Sun News. We got the Roswell Daily. And I'm going to go and put in COVID-19 and mental health. Of course, like I said, I already did this, so it knows me. I'm going to click search. And one thing to notice about this page is all the things it offers. Of course, it offers the citation here. You got the title. You've got the option of getting it cited for you, because that's on all of our databases as well. You can get the option of emailing, printing, downloading, so on. And you got 310 total. It's right now going from newest to oldest. And also up here we can explore by just looking at special reports, hot topics, and so on, if we want to broaden our search a little bit. And a lot of this is about education, of this maintain your mental health during the pandemic. So I'm clicking on that. And here's our citation information. If I just want to look at the citation, I can just click on the citation and go to MLA here. There's my MLA citation. Again, it does not have the paragraph indent on line 2 and 3, so it's not perfect, but it's a good start. I can email it to myself again, and it'll give me a confirmation. I can download it. So those are options on all of our articles. And it also, you'll notice with the more popular stuff, they are shorter. There's only 618 words here, but it could give me a couple of tidbits that I could just bullet point when I'm doing my presentation or I'm doing my paper. So Newsbank is nice for that. If I want to go and get really deep, Nexus Uni is definitely my spot. So here is what I was telling you will pop up when you do yours, because I haven't used Nexus Uni today yet. And you can see that because it's asking me. But as you can see, there's a lot going on in this one. I'm just going to go ahead and use the big one just for the sake of simplicity. See what this brings us, since I didn't do this particular database before this video. And you got a lot. You got over 10,000 up here. COVID-19 and mental health, the government urged to set up intervention strategies. Something like this one as a keyword, because we're not going to go through 10,000 articles. Usually students have more struggle to make their topics smaller than bigger. That's why I'm using a lot of ands. Of course, if you were doing something where you were getting nothing, you would want to use or. What we can do is limit this by location, by subject. So again, if you're not finding something in other databases, there's a really good chance you're going to find something in this one. It is really powerful. So I need to find North America. Click on culture 194. So if we just click on this one, this just gives us a snapshot about how people are doing. How are people coping? People who are employed are doing a lot better than people who are unemployed. People in school that are unemployed are doing better than people who are unemployed and don't have a means of feeling in control, because we need to feel in control of situations to deal with things a little bit better. I don't know if that's what this article says, but that's my thesis, it's my argument. So I don't really have time to see if it supports that. I'm just going to email it to myself. Again, you can email stuff. Databases remember more than you want them to remember. So Nexus Uni does do that, just to let you know. But it has all the same features. You guys are starting to see that regardless of the database you use, you're going to have the same options. So that's the nice thing about using the library databases. They're really straightforward. It's easy to find the citation buttons. Export citation is right here on this database. You can email it, print it, save it. So they all have that. Now that I have my academic articles in a newspaper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about different ways to express this information. So the most deliberate information is going to come from your journals because it takes a long time to do the research and get the data. It's not spontaneous. It's very well planned. Newspapers is a little bit more spontaneous. It requires a time limit on when they can publish things. They want things that are interesting and important today. So you're not going to find the depth, but you're going to find more of a cultural reaction to a subject when you look at newspapers. Another way of looking at things is with film. And again, that's a totally different way of looking at stuff. So if I go on Films on Demand, like I just clicked on, I went to streaming videos and then went to Films on Demand. If I go COVID-19, mental health, what comes up? And they're talking about mental health among people, athletes. This one is dealing with fear, very short. And you can show the transcript. So notice on the right you have the transcript. Even in this database you have a citation button. If I click cite, it's already in MLA. So we want to get our citation every time we get a resource, because if we don't get it, we have to go back and find that resource again. So I always tell people, make your life easier and just make sure you get all those citations lined up for you. And if you just click play, you can see on the right that it'll give you the transcript, so you can go ahead and copy and paste that directly. And it talks about fears and how people can cope with them and get through hard times. I want to show you one last database, because just like film is going to give you a different perspective, it's going to give you a more softer, human, real life experience. Art will also do that. And we have one really great database that deals with art. And under select database type, this is images. If I click Art Store, this one's a little different in that if you want to get into the guts of the database, they're going to ask you for both your MyCNM username and password and a registration one. To just get in here regular, I just clicked on the login button. You want to click on register if you haven't logged in before. Once you log in, you can save things, or you can save images, which is pretty much what's in here. And you can download images. And this is a unique password I just sort of made up. So I'm logging in. And when I did COVID last time as a search term, like a pretty powerful. And this is another way people deal with to show this as an experience with it. So if you have any questions about any of these resources, you can contact me at boleary@cnm.edu. And I'm available for video conferencing, for video chat, for any kind of reference.